Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are plunging into, well, one of the messiest corners of the galaxy during the Yuuzhan Vong War, a place where the line between genuine allegiance, forced collaboration, and maybe just sheer spite was constantly being redrawn.
That's right. And our mission today is to take these incredible sources we have and really perform a deep analysis of this critical two-pronged conflict around the planet Ylesia. We've got reports detailing the, frankly, chilling inner workings of the Yuuzhan Vong command, and at the same time, the really heated moral and strategic debates happening within the New Republic military.
Okay, let's unpack this because it sounds like a real pressure cooker. The cast of characters here is just extraordinary. On the Vong side, you've got Supreme Overlord Shimra, terrifying figure, and the calculating executor Nominanor. Then on the New Republic side, we're following Admiral Kre'fey, the Jedi twins Jaina and Jacen Solo. And they're navigating a plan that brings them face to face with their, let's just say, infamously treacherous relative, Thrackan Sal-Solo.
Yeah, exactly. And our goal for you, the listener, is to really understand how the internal weakness of the Vong's puppet government, this peace brigade, how that weakness became the target for a crucial New Republic raid. It was a mission that honestly nearly failed because of an unexpected Vong trap, but it ultimately succeeded because of some sudden, insightful brilliance.
All right, let's start where the plot for betrayal is really being hatched, in the command center of the enemy. We're in Supreme Overlord Shimra's private chamber, and the sources give us this really unnerving environment. The walls are rounded, resinous. There's this metallic scent of blood in the air. Shimra himself is reclining on a dais made of pulsing red hot polyps like living furniture. And beside him stands this mysterious, misshapen figure, the shamed one, Onimi.
And that setting, it really matters, doesn't it? It establishes the Vong hierarchy as, well, deeply effective, but also highly theatrical, very ritualistic. So Executor Nominor approaches to deliver his report. He confirms the New Republic is basically just conducting frustrating small raids at this point. They're avoiding the kind of big, direct confrontation the Vong really want.
Right, and Shimra hears this and immediately draws a pretty rigid conclusion about the New Republic's new leader, Cal Omas. He judges Omas as lacking true leadership because he allows his subordinates, the admirals, the Jedi, too much freedom.
It's a classic misunderstanding of decentralized command, isn't it? A failure to grasp that strength.
Totally. But Shimra's rigidity, well, it makes him predictable in a way. Nominor also has to report on a failure closer to home, this collaborationist government on Ylesia, the Peace Brigade.
Yeah, the sources indicate this government is large, but it's fundamentally useless. It's split into all these squabbling factions, as the source puts it, and they just don't have the temperament needed to actually, prosecute a war.
So they need a leader, a strong hand. And who should come knocking at the Vong's door but the ultimate opportunist, Thrackan Sal-Solo. He's the Governor General of Corellia, leader of the Centerpoint Party. And he approaches the Vong with this really tempting offer.
It sounds good on the surface. Vong's support for his political ambitions in exchange for securing Corellia's neutrality and, crucially, access to the super powerful Centerpoint weapon.
A huge potential price.
A huge gamble. But this is where Nominor really shows his value. He's done his homework. He immediately reveals Sal-Solo is completely untrustworthy. Interrogation of Sal-Solo's captured companion, Darjile Swan, confirmed two things.
Okay, what were they?
First, the Centerpoint weapon, non-functional, useless. And second, Thrackan Sal-Solo himself is the one who fired it at the Vong fleet back at Fondor. He's actively fought them before.
Wow. So Shimra knows he's being lied to by an enemy who's trying to use him, but instead of just, executing him on the spot, Shimra decides to employ what Nominor internally calls truly inventive vengeance. And this really fascinates me.
It's politically brilliant in a really twisted way. Shimra agrees to support the idea of Corellian neutrality, but then he twists the knife. He immediately appoints Sal-Solo as the new president of Ylesia and commander-in-chief of the Peace Brigade.
Oh, man.
By forcing him into that role, he publicly links Thrackan to the Vong, instantly, permanently destroying his reputation and his power base back on Corellia.
So he loses everything he came there to negotiate for. That's probably worse than death for someone like Thrackan.
Absolutely. Sal-Solo protests, obviously. He argues this appointment ruins his Corellian plans. And this is where we get a demonstration of just terrifying Vong efficiency. Onami, the shamed one, uses his amphistaff baton, this organic weapon that's like a coiled viper.
Yeah.
Just strikes Sal-Solo with cold precision right in the kidneys, as the source specifies.
Oof. Not lethal, but...
No, not lethal, but immobilizing silent pain. It's a quick clinical demonstration of human biological weakness. It validates Nam Anor's understanding of anatomy, and, well, it ends the protest immediately. Sal-Solo is utterly humiliated, bound to the Vong.
The public branding is complete. And his companion, Darjeeling Swan, reported dead, ordered destroyed. So, the Vong have solved their leadership problem on Ylesia with an act of calculated personal destruction against a major human figure.
Exactly. Now let's pivot away from that toxic, resinous environment to the other side of the conflict. Because while all that chaos is brewing in the heart of the Vong command, the New Republic command structure is operating under a completely different ethos.
Okay, so where are we now?
We're with Admiral Kre'fey, the Bathan admiral commanding the fleet near Kashyyyk, and the sources really focus on his leadership philosophy. It guides his command every single day, summarizing these two questions he asks himself.
Which are?
How can I hurt the Vong today, and how can I help my own side grow stronger?
Okay, so a dual focus. Immediate aggression, but also long-term sustainability.
Precisely. And that dual philosophy informs the strategy for the Ylesia raid, which is proposed by Jedi Master Kip Duran. The idea seems simple enough.
Hit Ylesia, right? The Peace Brigade capital, Peace City, inflict a dire penalty for collaboration, as Duran puts it.
Right, and critically, the intelligence suggests the defense force is mostly Peace Brigade ships, mercenaries. Very few actual Vong warriors involved. It looks like a guaranteed win, almost like a training exercise.
But the strategy immediately sparks this major debate, doesn't it? Moral and tactical. This seems central to the New Republic's whole war footing.
It really is. Kre'fey, operating from this purely strategic, utilitarian viewpoint, he pushes for orbital bombardment.
Just blast them from space.
Yeah. Kre'fey's logic is cold, but you can see the military reasoning. Bombardment minimizes risk to his limited troops. And besides, he argues, most people in Peace City are guilty by definition because they collaborated. And the slaves who weren't collaborating, they'd likely die of overwork soon anyway under the Vong or the Brigade, so why risk his soldiers' lives to save them?
That's bleak. But that's where Jacen Solo steps in, right? To offer that crucial moral counterpoint.
Yes, and it's not just moral. It's also about a more complex strategic victory. He suggests capturing the government alive instead of just bombing them.
Why? What's the strategic gain there?
Propaganda. A massive coup. Jacen envisions capturing these traitors, putting them on trial, televised trials running on the holonet for weeks. That serves as a far stronger, longer-lasting deterrent against future collaboration than just, another bombing run that people might forget.
That's smart. Strategy trumping brute force.
Yeah.
Justice and propaganda winning the debate. Okay, so the ground mission is a go.
The ground mission is a go, but then the complication arises. Jaina volunteers to lead the ground forces. Seems natural, she's a top pilot and leader. But then Kip Duran reluctantly has to reveal who the new president of the Peace Brigade actually is.
Thrackan Sal-Solo, their cousin.
Oh boy. Their distant and widely despised cousin.
Yeah.
And their reactions are perfect. Jacen, ever the idealist, is just baffled.
Yeah.
How could Thrackan, this known human chauvinist, possibly reconcile his hateful politics with collaborating with aliens?
Good question. What about Jaina?
Jaina, the pragmatist. She immediately sees the upside. This raid is now an excellent training opportunity for her rookie-filled Twin Suns squadron against what she sees as a guaranteed weak target. Practical as ever.
Okay, and there's another key element here regarding the Jedi, isn't there?
Yeah.
Something about their mental state.
Yes, a quick but vital note. The sources mention Jedi Tahiri Vela, who was Anakin Solo's love interest, so her grief is particularly intense. She's serving as a squadron commander, Barefoot Squadron, and she, along with the other Jedi involved, is benefiting profoundly from the healing and cohesive power of the Jedi Force meld.
Ah, the meld, binding their minds together.
Exactly, and this is going to be absolutely central to their operational success, both in space and potentially on the ground.
Okay, so the battle begins. What happens first?
Fighting starts in space. The New Republic engages the collaborationist fleet, and the Jedi immediately use that force meld to enhance their coordination. This is more than just telepathy. It's like an operational sync-up, real-time tactical sharing. Jacen, flying as Twin 13, plays a crucial role here.
How so?
He and the other Jedi use the meld to guide a shadow bomb. This is a stealth weapon designed to be untraceable after launch. They successfully disable a Vong frigate analog with it. It confirms the meld is a powerful tactical tool in space combat, allowing for extreme precision.
Okay, so space battle. Successful start. What about the ground?
Ground forces land. Capture happens swiftly. Thrackan Sal-Solo is taken. And in a totally predictable move, he immediately tries to claim he was a kidnapped slave named
Ludus, seriously.
Seriously. Forced into the presidency, he claims, as Vong revenge for Fondor. Jaina is entirely unimpressed. She even disarms his mercenary bodyguard, Dagamaral, just by sensing the hidden weapon through the Force. Quick and clean.
But the political absurdity ramps up right after that, doesn't it? They find someone else in that bunker.
Oh, yeah. The troops capture the Peace Brigade Senate bunker, only to find a far bigger and arguably more unwelcome prize. Senator Puo, a Quarren. The same Puo who had declared himself the rightful New Republic Chief of State after Borsk-Felia's death.
Wait, what was he doing on Ylesia?
Get this. He was there to sign a treaty of friendship with the collaborationist government.
No. Oh, the irony. That's just staggering.
Isn't it? So Puo immediately declares himself the rightful chief of state and demands the NR troops cease aggression, claiming they're firing on a friendly regime.
This is where the drama takes a genuinely funny turn, right?
Yeah.
Thanks to the captured villain.
Exactly. Thrackan, wounded, cuffed, sees Puo and suddenly has this moment of pure ideological clarity, you could say. He just verbally savages Puo, calls him a squid head and a subaquatic imbecile.
Wow. Did the source say how Jaina reacted?
It notes that Jaina finds this absolutely amusing internally. You've got these two enemy factions, the captured NR traitor and the captured rival NR politician, temporarily united by just pure contempt for each other.
Incredible. But all that political drama on the ground, it quickly becomes secondary, doesn't it? Because the tactical situation in orbit is about to collapse.
That's right. While the ground teams are securing prisoners, Jacen solo is up on Admiral Kre'fey's bridge. And this is where his unique abilities finally save the fleet. He uses his Vong sense, that deep, intuitive connection to Vong tech and tactics.
Right, combined with the Jedi
meld. He's synthesizing the Jedi hive mind with this internal map of the Vong's organic strategy.
Okay, so what does that synthesis tell him? This is critical.
It allows him to deduce that the first Vong fleet's slow, obvious flanking maneuver is just a feint, a distraction. It's being done to draw Kre'fey's attention, stretch his forces out, so that a second, equally sized Vong fleet can jump in, completely unannounced, right behind the extended New Republic line.
Which would mean?
Absolute annihilation. They'd be trapped between two Vong fleets.
That is the pivotal insight of this whole thing. Does Kre'fey listen?
Immediately. Kre'fey trusts Jacen's warning and orders a preemptive missile barrage right into the empty space where Jacen indicates the fleet will arrive, just moments before they do.
Wow. Timing is everything.
Everything. The Vong surprise attack is met by a wall of missiles just as they complete their jump. It causes massive initial damage, total disorganization among the Vong reinforcements, and crucially, it secures the New Republic's escape route. It was Jacen's ability to synthesize his unique senses with the force meld that saved the fleet.
Amazing. But down on Ylesia, things are still dangerous, right? The retreat isn't clean.
No, not at all. The Vong commander, Mal Law, launches this brutal ambush on the retreating NR column. He uses warriors riding these large moss-covered beasts called Quednak. The sources describe the street fight as just a bloody, close-quarters melee. Vicious biological weapons are involved, razor bugs, thud bugs.
Nasty stuff. So the ground forces are pinned down.
Yeah. Jaina and Lobaka are crucial in the defense, using their lightsabers not just offensively but defensively, deflecting attacks, protecting the civilians and prisoners they now have with them. Escape seems impossible for a moment, until the cavalry arrives.
Who is it?
Jagged Fulop. Leading his Chiss squadron, he executes this incredibly high-precision echeloned bombing run.
Echeloned. What does that mean exactly?
It means the fighters fly almost wingtip to wingtip, laying down fire with extreme accuracy, specifically hitting targets across the street from the friendly forces, not just random bombing.
That requires incredible skill.
Absolutely. It's a testament to the Chiss pilots. This highly technical, coordinated strike hits the Vong positions without causing any friendly fire. It creates that momentary gap the New Republic column needs to finally break free and get back to orbit.
Okay, so let's sum this up. What did this whole Ylesia operation really achieve? Was it worth it?
Well, strictly speaking, the raid was a success, right? The collaborationist fleet was destroyed. They captured the entire Peace Brigade government, including Thrackan Sal-Solo and the rival chief of state, Puo. That's months, maybe years of propaganda material ready for the holonet.
But it felt like a disaster.
It felt like a disaster because they only just barely escaped that Vong strategic countermove, the trap. And for Jacen Solo, this moment changed everything. He realized his true value wasn't maybe as an individual starfighter pilot anymore, but it was on the bridge, using his unique spatial and coordinative abilities that Vong sense and meld synthesis to analyze and shape the flow of the entire battle.
He transitions from fighter ace to, like, strategic asset.
Exactly, a profound shift for him.
And what about the man who kind of started this whole particular mess, Thrackan? What's his future?
Well, he's cuffed, wounded, facing treason charges back on Corellia. But he remains utterly convinced of his own unstoppable destiny. He's already plotting escape, plotting the seizure of power. He famously declared, "I will rule the world." No, 5 worlds.
Just pure delusional ambition right to the end.
Absolutely. And the source material really emphasizes this strange dynamic. Sal-Solo was forced into collaboration as Vong vengeance, yet his sheer, profound hatred for the Peace Brigade and anyone he deemed a subaquatic imbecile like Pro actually drove him to actively help the New Republic during the raid by verbally attacking Po when he did.
Huh. That leads to a really interesting final thought, doesn't it? In a war defined by betrayal and shifting alliances, here's something for you, the listener, to explore. Thrackan Sal-Solo was a traitor to his own people, no question. But he actively undercut the Peace Brigade and arguably saved New Republic lives by distracting their enemies at a key moment. Does a collaborator's internal ideological hatred for the side they're forced to work with, does that negate their treason? Or does it simply make them a more effective, albeit temporary and very unwilling strategic asset?
That's the question, isn't it? Where do you draw the line in that kind of messy reality? Makes you think.